So we are going to, first I'll be taking you through few of the slides which will talk about the Vodafone capability presentation, and post that I'll be taking you through various kind of solutions which Vodafone has on offer, and I'm very sure that you could be really utilizing them while you formulate your ideas into the presentations. So there are various types of solutions, and there are different types of cost benefits related to them. So some of them might have a very thin line of demarcation also. So you can be really watchful about it, that which one you want to place where, and how can you derive maximum benefit out of it, and how you can extend it to the largest audience possible. So before that, so just to set the context right, I'm sure all of us had our morning coffee or tea outside, right? Everybody had it? If not, then I think you are also most welcome to carry one inside. So when we take a coffee or a tea, what is the apparatus we use for that? Normally a cup, right? Have you ever wondered which side of the cup is the handle? You can raise your hands and reply back if any attempt. It's on the right side? So one answer is the right side. Anybody has any other viewpoint? Depends upon the nature of where you hold it, okay? Both the sides can also be one of the answers, yes. Depends upon the holder's, biomechanics. I mean, he's a righty or a lefty, or, how does it pick it up? Yes, sir. Oh, wonderful. Okay.
Chances of getting disease transmission is less.
Oh, okay, wonderful.
If it's a village, then it is without any handle.
If it's a village, it's without any handle. Wonderful. Excellent. I'm extremely elated. Sir, you wanted to say something? Last? Yeah. It's part of this. Okay. Okay, wonderful. So the point is that the way this simplest of the simple question has so many answers, similarly we have various solutions, and whatever all of you have said is all correct. So if you look at situational angle to all the answers which we have received, every answer is correct, but in the context to that particular situation which we perceived. But the actual answer, which is the textbook answer to this question, is that the handle is outside the cup, which is the which is the most undisputed answer anybody could ever have. So because inside it cannot be, right, left, there is a change of thought between various people. So therefore, so that's what I wanted to, so that's how I wanted to set up the context for this. So basically speaking, there can be a lot of thoughts which we will have today. So none of the thoughts is wrong, mind you. So and you may give a great diligence to each and every thought that comes to your mind. But obviously, I mean, we will have the best and the most appropriate solution to that problem. And me as well as a couple of my colleagues who are going to join me in some time, they'll be there all around for the day to really help you out in even coming down to your desk and understanding what you are trying to implement, and we can really help you out in suggesting what can be the best solution possible. Okay. So this is the journey which basically Tarun showed you the PPT on, which says that long back, if I was giving a presentation 2 years before, I could have introduced myself saying that Vodafone is now a fixed line company as well. But now I think most of the people know that Vodafone is no more a mobile company. We definitely are still one of the best mobile companies out there in India, but we do have the fixed line capabilities which we launched almost about 3 years before. And today we have the best of the best brands, relying on Vodafone networks when it comes to fixed line connectivity, be it remote places, be it the major areas, wherever it is. So this slide actually shows what is our roadmap to go forward. So we not only have a fixed line connectivity, which is the plain vanilla internet, MPLS based solutions, which you must be hearing from last so many years. We are now moving on to hosted cloud computing solutions, wherein we have a lot of cloud-based solutions that saves you a lot of cost of infrastructure implementation. And we also have a lot of, so going forward, we look at the world becoming communication as a service itself. So wherein you tell me that what is the kind of communication to whom you want to reach and what type of mode you want to use, and we can bring that entire platform to you by construct of various solutions that are hosted with me. So how do we do that? Is that is the strength which Vodafone carries. So not only the 400+ million customers that Vodafone had and the 30 plus countries which Vodafone had the reach. Now, very recently, I'm sure you must be aware of that Vodafone took over or acquired a very old company into the fixed line space called Cable and Wireless. So Cable and Wireless has brought in a lot of international strength to Vodafone. Though Vodafone India, in the upcoming slides I'll show you, we had good outreach, but on the international space related to the cables and the various routes availability, since Cable and Wireless is around 18th century company, they have almost the best reach possible in various cable systems. So we'll get on to that slide, we'll discuss it in more details. So today, if you look at the overall scenario, it's almost more than 74 countries now, 387 million customers worldwide. And therefore, this is how the entire network today looks like. So it's like painting the world red. So it's almost everywhere where either Vodafone is having its direct presence or Vodafone has its partner-driven presence. This is a combination of what Cable and Wireless and Vodafone both bring together on the table. Anyways, there is no word called Cable and Wireless existing in the world now because it is all Vodafone Global Enterprise now. So therefore, so I have these slides. I'll not go into details of any of such slides talking about each and every individual areas. In a nutshell, we can say we are fairly covering across the globe, and be it whatever the plan you have in mind, you can get back to us. We'll tell you whether we have a nearest presence there or not. So, and then these slides and myself and our colleagues are very much available, so we can come back to you also with figures if in case you desire so during the course of the day. We can tell you exactly how we are placed in that particular area. So now this is India. So India, we are currently having 1,35,000, in fact 1,36,000 kilometers as per yesterday evening. So report, which is the fiber layout in India, which means that we are constantly laying down the fiber. So every year we have a mid-mile project wherein we invest lots and lots of money, and we are trying to put as much as fiber under the ground. We started way back in 2007 when we inherited some of the 30,000 kilometers of fiber from Hutch. And since then we have been constantly putting fiber under the ground and trying to increase the footprint as much as possible. We have almost 110,000 base stations. Now, how does these base stations help us is that base stations are normally the towers which basically cater to my mobile customers. But most of these towers now we are also converting them into IP POPs of ours. So therefore, up to 10 Mbps or even on an enhanced capacity mode if required, we can cater the last miles through these base stations. So they really increase the reach. So I'll not come back to you and say that I have only 2 POPs or I have only 2 distribution points across, or if I have to give you a RF last mile, I need to go some 15 kilometers away to a POP location, and from there I'm going to give you a line of sight. I can really do it if in case I need to give you a RF last mile from the base station which is very next to your building, which might be catering to that particular area's mobile communication. And also, there could be one-off instance that the POP goes down because of some fire break or something, but normally in this base station kind of a scenario, it is a very remote chance because not only my last mile is on this, but my mobile traffic for that area is also dependent on this. So therefore, it gives you quite a reliable last mile service. Globally now we have 350 plus, India we have 350 plus MPLS POPs. Globally we have now 140 plus global POPs. And we have a 24/7 NOC which is there in Pune with its DR coming up in Mumbai. So this is fairly the same slide. All it talks in addition to what I said is that we work on a DWDM and a ASON architecture at our core. So what is, so DWDM, as most of you know, is a dense wave division multiplexing. So that enables the multiple redundancy into a network. And ASON is something I have a slide on, so we can just see over there. This is how the overall Vodafone core data network looks like. So what you can observe in this slide is that each particular POP, so if I look at all these as different POPs, they have different at least 3 to 4 spokes adding to the metro POPs. So which basically gives me a comfortability wherein if a customer desires so to have Vodafone as the primary as well as the secondary operator, may it be through different medias, we can still, give you a POP level redundancy through 2 or 3 different POPs which are near to that particular area. A POP level, a media level redundancy is what is possible with us, which is as good as for you a single operator billing you, but a redundancy or a network resilience of 2 different operators. So you can really have one single operator who bills you, but a network resilience of more than 2 or 3 operators. So this is what shows the 100G domestic network topology. So we have really, upgraded our, so initially we used to have our 10G capacities to the network which was laid down in India. Now we have recently upgraded it, and we are in the process of a few locations upgrading it to 100 gig network, which has never been before. And this is typically because of the love and affection a lot of customers have shown to us. Some of them have been large deals which we have closed, wherein we have given 5 gig type of networks to various customers, which has really pumped us to increase our capacity to 10-fold times, looking at the business potential in the market. This is what the ASON we were talking about. So what ASON says is it is nothing but optical switch network, which says that if there is one last mile which I have given to you from one location, if this gets cut, I can take you through to the next last mile. If this also gets cut, I can still take you through the third way of communication, which is basically the core built up of DWDM architecture which we have. So there is not a very not a very easy probability that the core goes down or the POP goes down in that scenario. So we do have different. So globally now we have a great backbone to offer services. We have peerings wherein we have different carrier partners. So not only India but abroad as well. We have various, you name a company we would have as the international and national carrier partners to us, which means that if you want a POP level redundancy from me, you are saying, give me the primary link on your Vodafone fiber from X POP and give me the secondary link from your Y POP on a Airtel or a Tata last mile, then they are our carrier partners, and we can even take the fiber last miles from them up to the nearest manhole possible, so that we are able to own the network end to end, and we give you a dual resilient kind of a network. We do have, so we would have a SLA and reporting mechanism, the looking glasses and the RTD SLA with rebates, all those are part of it. So the total capacity of 5 terabytes worldwide is what is on offer to be given to the customers. So this is a little technical one which talks about the capacities in various cable systems. So I'm going to skip it, but it is definitely there. Just wanted to show you because after this event, we will love to come back to you and talk to you, wherein we can get into the details and look at where your headquarters are based, and then we can look at what particular strength and area we can talk about and give you the services from. So this is how exactly the global infrastructure looks like. So this basically shows you both the Atlantic and the Pacific. So today Vodafone, by the virtue of having CW capacities with us now, is one of the very, very few telcos who can give you multiple routes on the Atlantic as well as Pacific side. Which means if I have to take you to from the Pacific side, if I have to take you to US, I can take you via Australia, I can take you via China, I can take you via Japan, I can take you directly as well. So, which only becomes possible when a operator has multiple cable strengths, because you need to hold some space on different cables, which gives you a cost definitely, and definitely depending upon the customer's requirement. Unlike some of the telcos, who would say that, okay, I will give you a primary path on a CMEV3 and a secondary path on a CMEV4, which are basically both the cables in the same duct. And if the duct goes off, your primary, secondary both go off. We can probably give you a different, path altogether, which is one cable going via Australia route, another cable going via China route. That kind of network built up can be done, of course, depending upon latencies and other factors which we can calculate when we sit together. So this is how the overall core optical network goes. So as I said, we have, so this 10G is now becoming 1G. And we go up to, offering SLAs up to 99.999 or even more, depending upon if you have taken a dual last mile, dual POP kind of a resilient structure. I don't mind even going up to the maximum 9s possible. Let's skip this, which is the Juniper architecture. Sorry, yeah, please. Yeah. Yes. So the SLA calculation always happens quarterly, but and then I mean it's definitely a yearly SLA. Yes, yes, yes. So. So this is how now this network enables us to offer various products. This is what I was talking about. So we have NNI partner network, we have Vodafone own media, we can give you from different POPs, different medias, and we can connect to the buildings required. The products on offer for fixed line specifically are internet. Internet, I don't need to give an introduction to you people, you already know what is an internet lease line. We have various flavors of internet lease line. 1:1, 1:4 are the two flavors we give. We also have another flavor of internet which is called business internet for bandwidth less than 10 Mbps, which is a 1:3 kind of a flavor. So these are the different cost benefit solutions which we can look at on internet platform. Then we have MPLS VPN. We've already seen we have a lot of POPs on MPLS. We can connect you with various medias with MPLS network. We can offer you IPLCs, NPLCs, global MPLS, PRI services. PRI again, Vodafone offers a very good combination. If in case your company has a mobility base of Vodafone, you have mobiles of Vodafone and you take PRIs of Vodafone, we can offer inter-mobile and PRI kind of a CUG facility today. So if you have a Vodafone audio conferencing, you have a Vodafone PRI and you also have a Vodafone mobile. Probably you can call from your mobile onto your CUG and get some CUG benefits. You can call vice versa back as well to get the CUG benefits. You might be having various audio conferencing operators with you, but the audio conferencing operators might be giving you different numbers to call on. When you call those numbers are also local numbers to you, but you anyways, other than the boat or bridge cost, you incur the local calling cost. But if in case you have an audio conferencing bridge also, we can even build in a CUG there as well, so that all you pay in an audio conferencing is calling on those numbers or calling on PRIs, but everything falls under a CUG platform. So So hardware is available on OPEX mode. We work on both the modes possible. For audio conferencing specifically, we are on a pay-per-use model. You register the audio conferencing service with me today. You don't even need to have a testing period with you because I'm only going to bill you when you're going to use it. So if you use it only for 10 minutes in a month, you're only going to get 10 minutes multiplied by number of users, multiplied by the X amount which we decide as per minute cost, nothing else. So I have details on various products. So this is how the internet peering looks like. So why I have just shown you this slide is because it talks about the various core IP layer gateways we have. So we can give you various routes internally in India as well to reach up to the gateways which are Mumbai and Chennai, and therefore various POPs will turn around through different tunnels to these locations. So okay. Internationally, we have already done. So now, okay. Now, so for IP transit also, we have various POP locations and we have different partners. This is what I have already spoken to you earlier. So different partners can give me different kinds of reach when it comes to global connectivity. I do have a lot of people ask, well, do you have a peering with Nixie? Do you have a peering with Googles and others of the world? Yes, we do have that. We are as good as an equivalent internet telecom partner for you, who can take you to the premium route with minimum latencies to whichever site you want to open across the globe. Just to give a idea about this is how, extensively, I have just put it because, people definitely have doubts. These are the different kinds of routes we have, public peering exchange points, how exactly we take the traffic through. So it really covers, almost all parts of the globe. And there is hardly a issue for us to route various internet traffics for you. Now, so this talks about the Nixie peering. Not on Nixie peering again, unlike many other telcos, we don't have it only in Delhi. We have it at three different locations, and we really go up to 2 gig of bandwidth in that. This is how exactly the multi-VLAN solution looks like when it goes to the internet peering with various partners like Oracle, Amazon, MSN, which are the actually routing partners and your email partners going further. And we definitely pair with all of them so we can get to these servers in the minimum time possibles. Okay. So this basically talks about the domestic peering with various partners up to the capacities. So up to 100 gig capability in total we have with various peering partners also. So I'm not only talking about my network, that is anyways a 100 gig network I can support you on, but even if you require a multiple resilient network wherein I need to borrow a last mile from a career partner, I even have huge capacities involved there. So another good point of huge capacity is this, because if I've taken huge capacities from these partners, they will have to really take me seriously. It's not that, gone are those days when, somebody will come back and say, okay, sir, I'm very, very sorry, it is Bharti last mile and Bharti has switched off their button yesterday night, so I'm sorry, they are playing games with me. It's not possible. There are huge carrier partners. We run huge capacities with them. And therefore, it's not a case that, and since we own everything end to end, it's not a case that, something will go wrong without any intimation. Okay, yeah, please. Sure. Yes.
Where there are a lot of industries, let me take an example of Himachal.
Yes.
There are Baddi region, I've been looking for a good partner, to have a better connectivity,
True.
interest on Vodafone,
Yeah.
but it's not there.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no MPLS, there's no even internet, this thing.
But
lease line.
in the near time, we have given last miles on RF. We definitely have last miles on RF, and even if, so I'll go on connectivity. I'll tell you how connectivity works is. So what happens is, to give you a connectivity at any location, maybe any place in the country, I can connect you through multiple modes. So one is that I can give you my own fiber, which may not be there in Badi today, which is definitely in the year rollout plan of the fiber, which we will definitely bring, because it involves a large capex and I can't put all that capex on a one customer. And second is that I take a last mile partner from somebody else, which you might come back to me saying, I already have a Tata, I already have a Bharti, so if you take a last mile, doesn't make any sense from them. Third is that I can actually go there on RF. So RF, I am definitely available there, because as long as my mobile network works there, I can definitely put up a RF last mile, and then it is not going to be RF last mile like any other RF operator, which is going to have a long last mile up to the POP, which they have, one POP in the city. It could be a 100 meter, 150 meter or a 200 meter line of sight from the top of that building to the nearest mobile tower which I have over there. So we have given connectivities. In fact, to some of the customers we have even connected to Bekal in Srinagar and remotest of the remote areas when it comes to the RF connectivity. Also, if the bandwidth is
Yeah, just to add that, see, a region like Baddi would have, factories coming up. So Vodafone, a player like Vodafone would only invest, if they actually see a revenue coming in. But then again, like Amit pointed out, in terms of a last mile reach, of course, with our reach in terms of BTS, which is basically, one of the largest BTS installation in India. We can offer you last mile connect now on 2G and 3G as well.
Yes.
As a last mile connect. And of course, right now without SLA, but if you're looking, for a bandwidth in the region of, 512 to 1 MB, it basically solves the, purpose for it. Because then it will be a mix of your 2G, 3G, your RF, your fiber, then we have last mile connects with places like Bharti, TCL, CFI, and so on and so forth.
So basically in 2G, 3G, how it...
Does that mean that for every location which I want, I need to check up with you regarding your availability or
Yes.
or you?
We do it proactively. For example, you basically come to Vodafone and you see you have a remote site in Kashmir, per se. So my account manager will do the feasibility on all the last miles which we have. So it can be RF, it can be your UBR, it can be 2G, 3G, or it can be our own fiber. But then again, product.
So there's no list as such. We need to contact case to case and ask.
No, so we definitely have a list of the POPs which we can share with you where we have our presence, but where the building is exactly near the POP and how I'm going to give a line of sight, that is something which needs to be worked out on the ground. So what we can also do is, if you think that there is a probability wherein you need to find out where Vodafone is available in your kind of locations, we are more than welcome to take all your locations. We'll go back and get the feasibilities done, and we'll give you a feasibility report at place saying that, sir, out of these 20 locations, I am feasible on these medias in these locations. Post that, you can make a decision whether you want to then go and do a handshake on an MPLS or a ILL product.
So who is the point of contact?
So there is an account manager assigned to every account. I'm definitely sure that from the organization you are would also have an account manager dedicated. So this guy will, then come down to your office and he can have those list of details from you.
I would like to say to gentlemen that is this place Buddy near Mirzapur, right? Towards the outside the new Chandigarh highway. So we've deployed solutions like WiMAX broadband. Are you on that?
No, so we
as
are
a
not
last
on-
mile. So we be like my erstwhile organization where I used to be. So we had a special arrangement as a revenue model to give last mile on the base stations with BSNL.
Yeah.
So in fact, Soma Networks was one organization which was giving last mile, and we had a spectrum in almost like 16 circles pan-India basis. So wherever the things were not available, so we were giving WiMAX on them. And also through Vibro technologies like which Ticona systems and all were very easily, readily available. So we did some remote connectivities there for our many solutions.
So, so definitely, we can look at for the WiMAX connectivity as well, which is definitely in the product team's mind.
Yeah.
I think they are working on, but as of now, we don't have a WiMAX license
Right.
or a WiMAX
Right.
So plus,
last mile on offer.
while WiMAX is something which we have in horizon, pretty soon we'll
Right,
be
I
launching.
know that.
We also give you a connect on IPsec. So
Yeah.
for example, you are on a DSL connectivity there. So we have our IPsec boxes,
Right.
which we will take the ownership till the IPsec in terms of SLA. So like now you have 5 things which you can basically club together
Right.
to make a MPLS cloud now. So WiMAX, we understand it is something which will be of importance with times to come.
Yeah, because as projected in by Gartner and all,
yeah.
in the new case studies, it is like 75% presentation, represents the rural mass
Yeah.
markets,
Absolutely.
and there, coming up with mobility solutions or something like would not be easy.
Yes. Yeah.
But then, like wireless broadband is one solution which has a reach to the market.
Yes.
True,
yes.
true.
So in terms of awareness, creating growth opportunities, employment opportunities,
True.
reaching out to the masses now.
Absolutely.
So the people don't come to urban centers and they get whatever they get catered within their own organizations.
Very true, very true.
While we have a very smaller version of a WiMAX or a Wi-Fi connectivity right now. So we have a thing called MiFi small boxes, where it's basically act like a hotspot. So
Or a Wi-Fi
what I do
router
is I give you a 3G SIM card. So in case it is on your MPLS cloud, I can bring, make a virtual private network, on a mobility network, and through that box, at least 3 to 4 users can connect together. So for your remote areas, if the access is available on 3G, so it can act like a hotspot, a mini Wi-Fi zone.
So in fact, I am just trying to pull out something, so I thought I'll just show you. So not only this, so adding to what Tarun said is, when I say IPsec, it is something like, so one is obviously fiber, then copper, then third party fiber, then RF, if let's say nothing is there. And then there is a 2G, 3G. So in 2G, 3G also what happens is that I just build up a IPsec tunnel between my BTS and my SIM. So I have a Wi-Fi router at your location. That Wi-Fi router has a SIM card, and we actually built up a IPsec tunnel of 256 kb kind of a capacity, which will, we do a proper feasibility for that. It's not that, if it's in a mall and there are 500 people coming in, the signals will deplete and therefore the IPsec will also go for a toss. So it doesn't happen like that. We will do a proper feasibility. We'll understand there are signals over there. We'll build up a IPsec with the nearest BTS and deliver the last mile on a 2G, 3G platform. Similarly, if you have a location wherein you say that nothing is available, even mobile communication is not available, then you find a BSNL over there. And if you come back and tell me that I only have BSNL broadband there, all I can do is I can take a static IP on a BSNL broadband which is your owned. So as far as the up and running time for BSNL broadband is concerned, that's yours. But I can again do with that static IP, do a IPsec tunneling between my BTS and establish a last mile on that. So I can connect that location which only has a BSNL broadband and give you a last mile connectivity of a MPLS cloud which you never earlier had. And you are only, using it for the internet purposes. So that's how it is. Sorry? So that's a hardware-based solution because in that case, if in case you don't have a BSNL, if they have delivered on a modem, then we'll come there. We'll install a router that has an IPsec IKEv2 version probability, and we will put your BSNL this thing into it, and then do a static IP tunneling between the BTS and that particular location.
Basically, the infrastructure for the base stations deployment that we're using. Will it be all BSNL, right? You will, how will you be using the infrastructure?
Infrastructure, where? At the base stations?
At the base stations, right?
So at the base stations, so one is that we have it for the mobile network.
Right.
Two is if we have a MPLS customer to be delivering, to be delivered as a last mile, then the base station is anyways connected onto my MPLS ring and my IP network. All I need to do is there at my core switch, I will dedicate a port for you from where I will establish a IPsec tunnel between the broadband at your location.
Okay.
And I'll be using that last mile of broadband just for the delivery of this data on it. So it actually is a private secure APN. It's not that from my base station I'm going on internet and then going to broadband of BSNL. I'm actually trying to deliver a private APN data which is only specifically meant to be sent to that particular location, and that travels on the IPsec last mile with the broadband.
Okay.
So that's how it is.
So it's a mixed bag of hardware come software basically.
So, luckily I had this today. So it's not a standard product. I'm just showing you for an example. So it could be this small device which has a LAN port also. So you can probably put Ethernet cable out of this. There are routers available. We have partnerships with Huawei. We have partnerships with various other vendors, system integrators, who can bring you a device which has a ADSL port also, a device which has a SIM card capability as well. So we have even gone ahead and built up solutions for customers wherein we are to the same customer giving a primary solution from the same router on a ADSL port, wherein I have done a broadband based IPsec tunnel as a primary solution for him, and I have done a SIM based APN solution as a secondary solution for him. So same location, if his broadband goes down, then my 2G, 3G media takes over. If 2G, 3G is not working, then obviously the broadband takes over. So such kind of facilities are there. You can have a SIM inside it. You can have Ethernet output for it. We have various routers available that have multiple Ethernet ports which move out of. So like that, there are different kinds of availabilities as given here. So we have also, when I talk about remote office connect, it can also be that, I have an internet from you, I have an internet which I give it to you. So I give you an internet solution at 6 locations. Over that internet solution, I create a normal IPsec. So we are also into a product called managed IPsec service, wherein we will manage the internet, we will manage the hardware, we will only create the IPsec tunnel for you, and we will do the entire remote manageability. In that kind of a manageability, if you need a security point to be added into it, we then have a SSL VPN cloud hosted server with us. So we have a Cisco hosting in our Mumbai data center. We can also give you a SSL VPN licensing over the IPsec tunneling. So that makes it a secure solution if you don't want to go into an MPLS space and you only want to have a secure solution on the internet. So it's basically our internet provided by Vodafone, our router provided by Vodafone, our IPsec tunnel provided by Vodafone, our SSL VPN certification which is also provided by Vodafone. So we will own that solution complete end to end. So this is what we have. So that's what it shows. So in a remote office connect, we can have a IPsec, we can have a SSL VPN, we can have a dial-up kind of a connectivity, we can have a MPLS VPN with 2G and 3G as a last mile. So these are the different kinds. So we'll get into these slides when we talk about these products individually. But as far as products is concerned, we have MPLS, NPLC, IPLC, ILL. Office voice is nothing but PRI. And toll-free service solutions, which we have international toll-frees, we have domestic toll-free numbers for you. We have audio conferencing facility, again on a pay-per-use model. We also have video conferencing facility, again on a pay-per-use model. So I'll come back to video conferencing also. We have tied up with Cisco, we've tied up with Polycom, wherein we are offering all Polycom end-to-end solutions, which Polycom gives to you, which we will also give it to you. But the beauty there is that I am investing on your behalf, wherein I can give you a complete OpEx model of a video conferencing. You tell me that, okay, these are my 4 offices, please create a telepresence room out there. I will go there, I'll right from the furniture to your LCD screen to the cameras, I'll put up the entire show, and then I'll build up the cost and I'll start billing you on a monthly basis or a quarterly basis. So that's the kind of our managed VC solution we are now offering, wherein we really take care of the CapEx part of yours as well. And some of the locations where you have not been connecting due to budget issues and other things, we can really invest there and build up those locations for you, and then probably bill you in a OpEx model.
So Amit, you said VC or TP?
VC.
You
Video
said
conferencing.
TP as well.
Sorry?
You said TP as well.
Telepresence as well. Yeah.
Okay.
So both. So it can. So any solution that Polycom offers, is what I can also offer to you. Obviously, the platform is going to be Polycom, but we have hosted their entire solution in our premises.
Okay.
So therefore, we will do the end-to-end manageability. The beauty which I am saying over here is that, you know, Polycom would have various partners which are SI partners, but they might not be so big that they can do a lot of investment into capex. But I can really do that. I can come back to you. I can sign up a 5-year contract with you. I can, you know, do the entire telepresence structuring for you right from the build-up of the room itself, and then, you know, start billing you on a monthly module wherein you also don't have a capex hit, and you can have a long-term relationship and usage of the product as well.
Okay.
So, yeah. Okay. So, okay, now coming back to two most important solutions here. So, when we talk about mobility applications, so Vodafone is very much into mobile applications. Now, how does it happen is that we have various, models available wherein we have integration and partnership with lot of operators who create the apps for you. So there can be various application vendors. So we have done software, software deployment, or we have done a Salesforce automation kind of a program for the customers. So what we do out there is, let's say for example, if in case you are a consumer durable company and there are a lot of vans which are going and distributing the material to the retail outlets, what we have given as a solution to one of the consumer companies is that the van which goes and gives the material to the retailer also carries an iPad. It delivers the material, it says, okay, 2 packets of this, 3 packets of this, 4 packets of this, and it asks the retailer to sign over at the moment itself. Now, when the retailer signs over at the moment, it is actually the delivery of the goods done on the spot, and he can really fire a bill out of there. He can use a Bluetooth printer, take out the bill and give it to the retailer saying, boss, material delivered, and your credit cycle starts from today. So such kind of intelligent solutions. Moreover, these vans which are going, and these guys which are going with those iPads or any handheld devices there, it could be as small as 5,000 rupees handheld device. This guy is also having another feature on this device which is called VLT, which is Vodafone Location Tracker, which means that we give you a API, a user interface, wherein you can go and log in, and the number of SIMs on which you have activated a VLT service, you can actually plot them on a Google map saying where this guy is at this point of time. Lot of companies today are using this for tracking their assets. They are using for tracking employees also. Some of the companies have also gone ahead and deployed it for the sales conveyance allowance of their employees, wherein at the end of the month there is a bill which mail which automatically goes to the sales head, says Mr. Or Dr. Amit Pareja in your team has traveled 864 kilometers in this month, therefore multiplied by 8 rupees or 10 rupees, whatever is the this thing, the amount needs to be credited to his account, and therefore it gets credited. Similarly, for the companies which have large feet on street like Pizza Huts, like McDonald's and all, those who are into home deliveries and all, wherein they are worried that the person may get lost once he is out of the office, they can again have a tracking. They can actually find out the guy is saying I'm in a jam, but he's sitting at home. So you can actually find out where exactly he is, and you can really track that. So that kind of a location tracking facility is there. We can customize any and every application possible. It could be an application which is talking about your Salesforce automation, wherein they are giving their daily call reports. It could be an application which is talking about the distribution management, which is like distributing various boxes and then putting into CRM and trying to do an inventory control management out of it. So all those kinds of applications can be built up. And from the handheld, when this guy is on the ground, he can do that. As simple as, Revlon beauty advisors, the ladies who are housewives, they've been using some handhelds which have the application of Revlon installed onto it. When they go to any household and talk to another lady out there, they can really open up their app and, put up the request of whatever material this lady is going to buy. And the moment she says submit, it goes to the inventory control management, it goes to the dispatch department. Everybody is sensitized and they start working towards how to send that material back to the customer. So those are that's the power of different solutions. Then so location tracker we have talked about. Meter reading is another thing we have really pioneered into. Today DJB, NDPL, BSES, all these companies have Vodafone meter SIMs into it. So what it does is that meter, nobody needs to go on the doors when somebody will go with a jhola, on a cycle and go and have a meter reading on a paper, and then somebody would bribe him that boss, mera thoda 50 unit kam dalna. So for at least for the commercial meters, what is happening is meter at the end of the month will intelligently send a message back saying that boss, my reading on 30th of this month is this, and that's what gets billed to the customer. Similarly, today, most of the street lights in Mumbai are on Vodafone SIMs. Today, Bangalore bus fleet would have a Vodafone SIM that will do the tracking of the bus, plus will also manage the ticketing inside the bus. Lot of companies have put it into the hardware like M2M, machine to machine, which is like a Ricoh commercial printer may have a Vodafone SIM today. A BMW car worldwide would come with a Vodafone SIM today. So what a BMW car Vodafone SIM will do is, if there is something going wrong with the car will send a message back to the data center saying there is some oil filter which is problematic in me, and therefore proactively somebody from BMW office will call this guy saying, boss, there is an oil filter going wrong in your car, please park it to one side, our person is coming and we'll take it for service repair and then give it back to you. Similarly, a printer is not working, the printer will send a message back to the data center saying, I am not working, or my toner is about to finish, I'm 80% at the toner. Somebody from the printer company will give a call to the customer, say, boss, your toner is about to finish. Can we send another toner to you? Or can I remotely repair your printer and make it up and running once again because there is some XYZ problem which has happened in the device. So that's how it is. I think we have already talked about conferencing solutions. So I will, before going to any further, so yeah, I'll show that. So this is what the location tracker is. So you can do people tracking we talked about. We can do vehicle tracking. It could be as simple as that, a cab. So, a cab could have a Wi-Fi as Tarun was suggesting. So, a cab would have a device which would have a Wi-Fi capability inside the cab, and the same cab, that particular SIM can also be tracked. So if somebody comes from an airport, he sits in the cab, the driver tells him, boss, it is a Wi-Fi cab, you can use it as say 1,000 rupees per hour types, and then also this guy is getting tracked. So it could be as simple as having a small modem with the SIM inside which has 4 days battery backup. You throw it in a truck and you can track that entire truck rather than having a GPS device installed into it and doing a GPS tracking. This type of a tracking is basically a cell site based tracking. So basically with the cell site based tracking, still you can track that particular truck or whatever it is. So vehicle tracking and definitely asset tracking, large warehouses, large containers wherein you have huge warehouse, you don't know which device is where and you really want to locate, you can actually put one SIM into every box, and once the box is gone inside, then you can actually ping to that box and there could be a light over there and it will flag saying that this box is kept in container number 4 at this particular location. So that kind of a asset tracking is also possible. So this is what machine to machine we were talking about. Metering we have already spoken to. Now the last product I would like to draw your attention towards is a secure device manager, which is another platform. In my organization, I am spending a lot of money on putting firewalls and a lot of security features and just to ensure that there is no data theft that happens to my organization. But we are still ignorant about the data which is residing on the phone of an employee. Now I would have 500 employees, somebody would have an Apple, somebody would have an Android, somebody would have a BlackBerry or whatever. So how do I do a control on that? So today there are a lot of call centers, there are a lot of KPOs, BPOs, those who still or banks who have a lot of security and they cannot allow their people to enter with a phone inside the office. Today what we can do is we will give you a single console. All you need to do is from that console, you can track the person. You can even understand what is the battery backup level at that point of time, which is a mobile device manager feature. You can not only do that, you can do a geofencing, you can do a time fencing, which means the person moves inside the building, the Bluetooth, the Wi-Fi, the WhatsApp, the YouTube, whatever, gets disabled. The moment the guy moves out of the building, everything gets enabled. The moment there is a 9 o'clock in the watch, the camera, any kind of a hardware, software, whatever you want to block in that device gets blocked, and the moment it is 5 o'clock, everything starts working. So like that, you can do time fencing, you can do geo-fencing, you can find out people where they are, you can track those devices, you can push an application. Your company has designed a new application, a CRM. You want to push it to all the employees, it will just take a button click for you to send that application to all your employees and they can start using it. You will actually have different partitions on that phone. Somebody cannot pull down a attachment from email ID of his corporate and attach it to a Gmail ID from the same phone and send somewhere, because there is a complete encapsulation in between. The guy has lost the phone anywhere. It just takes a moment for a click of a button for the administrator sitting in the office to wipe the entire device or to wipe only the enterprise data in the device, whatever is the agreement between the employee and the company. So that's the power of having a multi-platform usage. And VC we have anyways spoken about. So I will now take you to AV, which will really simplify these things. So this is what we will first watch something about machine to machine. Basically, about connecting any device to any device. Today, I can connect you on your corporate MPLS to your locations on a fiber, to your locations on a copper or a RF last mile, to the remotest location on a 2G, 3G last mile, to the guy sitting at home on a private APN solution basis a dongle or a Wi-Fi router, to somebody who's at the farthest place basis on a broadband-based IPsec tunneling. So sky is the limit. If you want to connect a device or if you want to connect a person who needs to use a database, we can really do all kinds of connectivities for you. And one of the examples here for the device manager, which we discussed, which is a case study which happened with Pepsi, they are using Apple iPads and Vodafone.
More than 100 years ago, Caleb Branham, a pharmacist by trade, invented Pepsi. It was his creative genius that took normal ingredients, brought them together for refreshing beverage. That entrepreneurial spirit still exists in our company today.
PepsiCo is always evaluating new technologies so we can integrate directly into the PepsiCo ecosystem.
The iPad and the iPhone have made life a lot easier. The possibilities are endless.
At PepsiCo, we have over 22 brands that do over $1 billion in sales. We've got divisions that operate on every single continent, and we're in over 200 countries worldwide. In North America, we run approximately 17,000 routes a day. We have to get the products from our manufacturing and warehouse facilities onto our trucks and into the stores in time to meet demand.
We have sales reps, we have delivery drivers, we have merchandisers, and all their activities have to be coordinated in real time.
Before the iPad and iPhone, the communication wasn't there. Drivers on the road, and if you couldn't get a hold of them, you really didn't know where the delivery was.
Managers and merchandisers had to carry a briefcase that had all the paperwork that they needed.
Now with iPhone and iPad technology, we've really come a long way.
We developed 3 apps. The custom app that we did for the iPhone is Power for Merch. It allows the merchandiser to start and end his day right there on the iPhone. He has an electronic time card. He can see his schedule, the store details, the account profiles, and so on, plus everything he may need to know how to build a display.
A store may have had unforecasted demand. They might have had a very busy weekend. Now with the iPhone, our employees can instantaneously send us back a message. They can write an order to meet retailer and consumer demand.
For managers, we developed an app for the iPad called the Manager's Briefcase. This pretty much replaces all the paperwork that they used to take with them.
It's pretty cool, being able to see in real time where a driver is, how many cases are on that delivery. You can help be a team player and make sure everybody's getting the job done in a timely fashion and the customer's satisfied.
We developed a third custom app to give managers access to their SharePoint content.
I can pull out a planogram, I can pull up pricing, I can pull up a customer development agreement, new contracts, you name it. It's all there.
Deploying the iPhones and the iPads was very easy. We use them built-in security capabilities of the iOS and mobile device management from AirWatch to securely deploy our applications and manage them.
The iPad has become such an integral part of my life that I can't imagine working without it.
These new applications and devices help our employees do a great job serving our customers.
We don't get a lot of game changers in our industry. iPhone and iPad technology allows for the integration of communication and productivity. We can be more efficient and get after problems even before they happen. The sky's the limit. We're very, very excited about it.
A beverage company, which can be a Pepsi or a Carlsberg or anybody, we have even gone to the extent of connecting the visi-coolers, which are the, of refrigerators. The refrigerator could tell on its own that what is happening inside it. Is the retailer, keeping it at home, or is it really at the shop floor? Is he actually keeping a refrigerator given by a Carlsberg, which should actually have some beer bottles? Is he actually keeping a paneer or some other device into it, some other eating material into it? So you can actually have photographs of inside the device. You can have a weight sensor into that cooler, which will tell about what is the weight of the bottles which is kept inside. You can have a door open, door close kind of a alarm facility that comes on your laptop as a manager. You can even look at the temperature for some of the companies like Cream Bell and all, wherein maintaining the temperature of that particular eatable is very, very much important. So you can even have the temperature alerts, you can have the pilferage alerts, you can have the theft alerts, so all those kinds of things. So name a device in the world is what we need to just attach a modem to it, and it becomes a machine-to-machine platform product for us. So I will just leave you with this last slide on, not going through it on this. So I think this slide sums up the all products in place. So that's basically the suite of all products which we have discussed. So it starts from internet, MPLS, global MPLS, L3 MPLS, PRI, toll-free numbers, toll-free solutions. Today, people don't now not only buy toll-free numbers only for the marketing purposes. People are today buying toll-free numbers for a HR grievance number. People are buying toll-free numbers for an internal IT support number. So a lot of different flavors we can have it. And then we have location tracker as a VLT. We have a MDM, which is the secure device manager, bring your own device concept we have discussed. We have data center facility also now, but with our team called Alliance. So we have a team called Alliance, which can do alliance with any of the data center players, and we can give you an end-to-end solution if you give us just the brick and mortar, and we can, right from the LAN to whatever internet or MPLS connectivity, we can do all for you by doing various alliances with the partners we have in India. We have SSL VPN, we discussed, enterprise MPLS, NPLC, IPLC, IPsec VPN we have discussed, corporate voice, BlackBerry, or let's say smartphone we can have. Bulk SMS is one facility we can have.
So guys, I'm sorry, we're actually running out of time, but I think everyone in the room is using a smartphone, so you can actually have a click of this slide because it can be used while you're making your presentations.
Yes, so this is a very important slide because it has a index of all the solutions you can probably implement. So that way it might help.
So Amit,
So
do you have anything else?
I'm done with this. So thank you so much. We are around here in this room itself. So if in case there are any things which you think are important to be still clarified with us, you can anytime, just give us a call. We are just here. And then we can, really understand what kind of ideas you're working on and suggest the best solutions possible. Thank you so much.
So thanks, Amit. Guys, that was a detailed, product, portfolio which we have under the Vodafone stable. And, as usual, there are always technical glitches. Sorry for the video. We didn't have the voice to it. That's why we are still there running a technology show. So during the break, around the lunchtime, we'll be running the videos again for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay.